Hello, thanks for tuning in to HerpowerTV, a platform created to inspire and market women entrepreneurs. I'm super excited about today's guests. They are the founders of Raising Resilience, a program inspired to empower young women and mothers through mental health. Today's guest is Tiffany and Whitney. Guys, thank you so much for being here today with me.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So if you can tell me a little more about what services that Raising Resilience provide.
So we are a nonprofit organization geared towards empowering young women and mothers through mental health services.
Okay, and as far as the mental health piece, when it comes to the women and the mothers, are you doing it together? Do the mothers and the women, or is it teen adolescents?
So our long-term goal is to provide housing for pregnant adolescents, but our therapy services are geared toward women who may or may not be mothers.
Okay. So when it comes to the therapy services and mental health, it's just adolescents dealing with certain behavior issues, or
so the mental health component comes into play because we're going to specifically look into maternal mental health.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of disparities when it comes to maternal mental health. A lot of people think it's just postpartum depression, but it actually breaks down and goes into different categories. So we provide mental health, but we're really going to be specific when it comes to maternal mental health, just because there's a disparity in services for that need.
You know what? I think that's very important. I think that's awesome. It's definitely going to impact the community. But for one, I know people who've dealt with postpartum depression or just depression and anxiety. And most of the time, we don't know until it's too late. So what's some of the signs that you can share with us in the audience for people to say, you know what, I need to reach out and get some help?
So because there are so many categories and diagnoses that comes with that, the onset is after or during pregnancy or after having a baby. But typically, so it's very common. It's like 1 in 7 women experience some type of perinatal mood or anxiety disorder. And so typically, what we'll tell them is most women experience baby blues. So that's just like a shift in mood because of your hormones trying to get back
to normal,
after having a baby. But if it lasts for more than 2 weeks, if you are sad more often than not, if you can't even find little joy in just having the baby in itself, then we would say that maybe you need to first go talk to your OBGYN to see if you're feeling, if it's normal. And then if you're still not receiving the help that you need, seek a licensed therapist.
Okay, a licensed therapist. And that's where you guys come into play, right? Typically, how long is the program? Is for however long they will need your services for, or what's the average turnaround time to kind of help someone realize they cope with it and kind of heal from that?
I think it depends on the severity of what the person is having, like versus a person that may be having just postpartum depression and having those symptoms, versus someone who may have postpartum psychosis where you're having intrusive thoughts, wanting to harm the baby, wanting to harm yourself. So it's just making a treatment plan based upon what your symptoms are, what are you able to cope with, what are things you can put in place for yourself, so we can look and see what guidelines or what deadlines you want to meet, or what are some things that you have in place that, hey, this is where I need to be and this is where I'm at now.
Okay.
So kind of meeting them where they're at.
Yeah, something to add on to what we were saying. What we really focus on is meeting our clients where they are.
Okay.
And so our treatment modality depends on what they're presenting with. And we tell them, you are the expert in this, space. We are the licensed therapists, but you're the expert on your life, on your symptoms, and your treatment plan and what goals we can help you meet.
I agree. Because a lot of women may come in and they're not aware that their symptoms are impacting their life because they've just been living with it so long, or these symptoms can appear, within that 12-month period of your baby being born. So this doesn't start, a few weeks after. You can start experiencing these symptoms when your baby is 5 months. So it's kind of like Tiffany said, is giving women the insight so they know that, hey, this is not okay. Like, this is when I need to seek help. Because a lot of women that we've talked to, it's normal to them.
Yeah.
Like, they don't figure out that something's not quite right until they have their second baby. And they're like, okay, this time is different.
Yeah.
So actually pointing it out and giving them the insight to see, hey, something's not okay.
Okay. And it sounds like you guys empower them to, hey, I'm not taking control of your life. You let me know where I can help so I can help you identify those things.
Agree.
And come up with a regimen or plan to change or to help with that.
I agree. A major thing that we teach them is to advocate for themselves. Because a part of the challenges with experienced postpartum depression or any mood or anxiety disorder, primary care physicians and specialists such as OBGYNs aren't very, they're knowledgeable in their specialty. But as far as like mental health services, that's not really what they specialize in. So sometimes those symptoms can be overlooked. And especially in Black women, we see the Black mother's mortality rate is high.
It's very high.
Especially compared to their white counterparts. And it's because sometimes our symptoms are overlooked, brushed under the rug, and it's like, we're real.
Yeah.
And so we definitely teach them to advocate for themselves first and foremost. Like, if you're not feeling okay, then you're not okay.
Right. I agree. And not just brushing through the questions when you go to the doctor. If it is something about suicide on there, or if they're giving you these assessments, being able to accurately, for the gynecologist, the OBGYN, and also for the mothers to be aware of the questions on the assessments. Because a lot of women aren't getting the assessments they need postpartum. There's laws in different states, but right now in North Carolina, we don't have any laws that is mandated that they get these assessments postpartum.
You know what? And I feel like in generations before us, in our generations, it's almost been a taboo for our Black community to say, you know what, I am depressed, or I am suffering from anxiety, or you know what, I think I do need a therapist. That's why I'm a true advocate for therapy. Me and my son go to therapy because during the changes, well, the ages between 11 and 13, he was experiencing some anger issues, and we would talk with him, but I got a therapist in, and she comes and she meets with him, and it's been so great ever since because it has helped with our relationship and our bond. Now I'm understanding where's the anger coming from.
Exactly.
And it gives the children a safe place to talk about what they're feeling. Sometimes you don't want to tell your parents what's going on. So let's talk about teen adolescents, pregnant teens, because everybody knows I was a pregnant teen at the age of 15. That's when I had my son, and it was an experience. When I was in school, they did provide a program. I don't remember the name of the program, but basically they took us out of class during certain parts of the day, and also we had things after school to where they help us with our homework, or they would teach us skills on how to be a parent and balance schoolwork, and you had to graduate from it, and I think it was awesome. I graduated on time. I didn't go to the TAP school where people would say I stayed in school while pregnant, and I'm very excited about that, but I feel that there was not a program for me to express, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling depression, I'm feeling anxiety. How do I deal with having to go to sleep at midnight, wake up every 2 hours to feed my baby, and then wake back up at 6:30 and be on the bus by 7? So what's some of those services that you guys help teen moms with?
I know one of our main goals right now that we're working towards is to be able to provide housing for adolescent teen mothers, because I think working in the therapy field, me and Tiffany often see that girls that are in DSS custody, they're separated from their baby. So that can be traumatic. So not only are you being separated from your baby, you don't know how their birth experience was. You don't know how they became pregnant. So a lot of times when we look at teen mothers, you have to look at the timeline of things that could occur. So if you're already in the system, you're already pregnant, it could have been through rape, it could have been consensual, and then you're being separated from your baby. That's another trauma within itself. So our goal is to provide them with housing where they can learn financial needs, where they can get the mental health component, and they can also have the social skills and have all of that within one, and everything not be so scattered for them, because we see that how that impacts a family.
Yes, it
not only impacts the baby, it impacts the mother, you have caregivers that are impacted, so you have to look at the family, not only the mother, but who else isn't impacted.
Yes, exactly.
And so kind of how we like came up with this idea and we wanted to do this is because through the agency that we provide therapy for, we see a lot of displaced teens. So it may look like the young woman was already in foster care, or she became pregnant and then her family put her out. And so it's kind of like, you know, she doesn't, so in addition to being a teen mother, she lacks the support and she lacks housing. How can we expect her to be the best parent that she can be if she has all those things against her?
Those challenges.
Yes. And so, like Whitney was saying, we want to provide housing because that is like a main thing that you need. And then within that housing, provide them with the mental health support, the parenting skills, the social skills, the financial literacy piece. So,
prepare them for success in life.
Exactly.
Wow. I love that you guys are wanting to incorporate the financial literacy piece because that is major skills that you have to have in being a parent, balancing paying bills, going to work, getting your education, and making sure that you're building a healthy environment for you and your baby and your family.
I agree.
Yeah. So if you guys can share with me, you're a mother, right? Okay, so I always ask this question on the platform, being a business owner and a mother, balancing those things. Have you faced any challenges, or what's some tips that you can give mothers out there who's wanting to go after their goals and open a practice and build their business?
So lucky for me, I have a lot of support.
Okay.
So my support system is awesome. So if I have something, if Whitney and I have a late night or we have things to do, I have people who can keep my child. It doesn't, even though I know she's being taken care of, it doesn't always make me feel good because, of course, I want to spend that time with her. But I understand that I am making a sacrifice to be able to put her in a place where, to build a legacy, essentially.
Exactly.
Like, to put her in a place where she's good. So I think that's something that I would encourage other people to do, something that I encourage myself to do, is just to understand that I'm making a sacrifice for the better good.
Yeah, for the future.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes maybe between 5 to 7 years to make that sacrifice of time. But like you said, you're building a legacy. You're building your business that can develop financial wealth in your generations to come. And your daughter, you know, that time is still being shared. That's great that you have wonderful support. And it is, I mean, I've had support as well, and it does help when you're going after your dreams and goals and setting those intentions to where if I'm taking this time away from my child, I need to make it count for everything.
Yes.
Because some people, they're like running themselves ragged, so when they get home, they don't have time to spend with their child. So that mental bond is not there. That child can go into depression. So I think it's what you guys are developing is essential to our community out here in so many different ways, to just 9 to 5 working people, teen adolescents, but also people who are business owners. So that's awesome. I'm super excited about what you guys are doing. Tell us some things that you have coming up or that you're getting ready to launch. Some events. I know it's Women's Month. It's March.
So we actually have an event coming up literally within, 4 or 5 days?
Yes.
So
International Women's Day. I'm so excited.
So that event will be Friday, and it's from 6:30 to 9. If you go on our IG page, you can see the location and all of the information. You can register through our website, or you can register through Eventbrite. And it'll just be a good conversation piece for women to talk about things, because the theme for International Women's Day is equality. So we'll have a lot of conversations, activities, just to bring people out, learn more about us, and for us to learn more about people that we could possibly network with in the community.
Okay.
And then April 11th through April 17th is Black Maternal Mental Health Week, and so we're trying to put together a yoga event for moms to come out to, because yoga is a great coping skill, way to alleviate some stress. So we're putting that together, and then that Saturday we are going to have a self-care type of event where we're looking for different vendors that promote self-care, and have the women come out, mothers come out, take a look at the different vendors. We're going to have a massage therapist,
manicurists, facials.
Self-care day.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So how can people reach out to support or to come out to the events? Your website? Okay.
So our website is weareRaisingResilience.org.
Yes.
And our Instagram page is
Resilience.
Raising.resilience.
Yes.
Of course, I will have all of their information linked below. I want to thank you ladies again for sharing your knowledge and also impacting the community about raising the awareness of mental health. Okay. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. All their information will be linked below. And always remember, my power is your power. That's why her power is our power. Stay tuned.